and welcome to our show. I'm Rhonda.
And I'm Susan, and welcome to In My Shoes, a show about real people just like you that are struggling on a day-to-day basis with their own trials and tribulations, and we're here to talk about that today.
You know, we have a great lineup today. We have two young ladies that's 19 years old, and they're here to talk to us about their struggles and the hurdles they're having to go across, and to tell us what really motivates them to get through those.
Yeah, so today we have Brenna and Caroline, and they're here to share their stories with you, as well as talk about an organization that they formed called Spoon by Spoon.
And we also have the famous Susan Rose that's going to be here with us today talking about her life and sharing a little bit of that with us, and we have a special music performance at the end.
That's right, so stay tuned for more excitement. I think 2 out of 3. I found 2 out of 3. Oh, hi!
Hey, welcome back to My Shoes. I just want to say it's a great honor to have you as my co-host, Miss Susan. I love you, man. You are awesome. I keep up with you on Facebook. It's like you're my entertainment.
I'm my entertainment. I can't keep up with me on Facebook.
Well, I keep up with you because misadventures, adventures and stuff. I mean, I never know what you're going to get into next. A little beep, 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 you know, a little scooter.
Beep, beep,
you graduated
beep, beep.
to a bigger one, haven't you?
I had a big girl scooter in Cozumel.
I am so happy.
That was a treat. I went up to 50 miles an hour and I drove through Mexican traffic. That was fun. I'm ready for Pigeon Forge now. Beep, beep. It's my redneck Harley, you know?
I've never seen anyone travel as much as you. I mean, your life has to be the most awesome life that I know. I mean, I get bored, forget watching TV. I just turn on Susan's Facebook.
Yeah, my misadventure is a misadventure.
I mean, you have to have the most interesting life. I mean, really, what do you do?
I ask myself that too sometimes. I don't know. No, actually, I work in the entertainment industry, in the music business. I started out as a performer. I was a country music singer, and I was going to be a big country music star. So in the 90s, I moved to Nashville to be a big star. You know, I moved there in 94 when I was, I was 3. I was a prodigy. You know, I was doing the math there, you know. Zip it. No, but I moved to Nashville to be a big star in 94. And while I was there, I picked up lighting. And being a musician, I think I just had a natural feel for color and for timing. I didn't realize it at the time. I was just a baby. I was just young, and automated lighting was just coming. When you go see a concert and you see all the lights moving and flashing.
I mean, the little laser shoot and stuff, I would totally mess up because I have problems with color. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know my coloring crayons, olive green, but no, when it comes to shades, unless they're side by side, I couldn't tell apart. So I'd have like all these different wrong colors, and people would be like, "What are you doing with my color?" So I couldn't do it, but I love that. And do you do them like with the music sync too?
Yeah, I mean, I program everything. I think being a musician's helped me.
Can you do my Christmas lights and we just sync them?
I did Christmas lights at Disney. I did the Spectacle of Dancing Lights.
Susan did Christmas lights.
For 5 years, I did the Spectacle of Dancing Lights at Disney in Orlando, and I had over 2 million Christmas lights, 5 million Christmas lights on 2 city blocks, and they were all synced to music. Most challenging programming thing I've ever done in my life. Lots of late nights working the graveyard shift from 8 or 9 o'clock at night until 7 the next morning, and it was in 30-degree weather. It does get cold down there.
Are you saying your job is not as glamorous as it sounds like your life is?
Well, let's just say, yeah, the one side of the life is glamorous. I love to travel. I love to see the world. I love to share photos of my adventures, because it's not that I'm bragging about where I've been. It's more I just want people to see the world through my eyes as I see it, because the world's such a beautiful place if you just take the time to look. So I enjoy sharing my visions with people of what I'm seeing. Beautiful sunset, or I'm going to the Eiffel Tower today, or I'm seeing a pretty flower today. I just love the beauty of this world. And yeah, I do take advantage of every minute of every day. If I'm in a town, even if I've been there before, it's a new experience. I love to go out and experience and play tourist. I never sit still. I mean, I'm a moving target. I'm like in a different city every day or a different country every day, but I love seeing the world and experiencing different cultures. And but it's not as glamorous as people think. There is a downside to it. Not that I'm complaining at all. I love it, but people don't realize, if you fly any going through TSA and security and spending 2 or 3 hours just at the beginning of your flight before you even get on a plane, then sitting on a plane for hours and hours and hours in these tiny seats as they get smaller and smaller and smaller, and even someone small like me is crammed in there for 14 hours, and you start to ache and hurt, and things start to hurt more when you reach 19.
Moving right along.
Yeah, but then too, people don't realize the time zone differences. I'm in different time zones every day.
How do you keep up with that? I mean, I went to India, as you know. On a
Yeah,
trip
yeah.
This past year, and you was one of my sponsors. Thank you so much.
I followed you. I was envious of you because I've never been to India.
It was awesome. But even from one town to the next over there, we changed time zones, and it was totally different than here in America, because I'm like trying to get hold of my family, and they're like, "We're sleeping, leave me alone," and I'm like, "Well, it's lunchtime. When you sleeping?" You know?
Yeah.
But the way we felt from the trip and stuff, it was like wore out.
It's hard. And I think I've been doing it for so many years. I'm like a chameleon. I kind of at this point adapt to my surroundings. I don't have a sleep pattern. I don't have a sleep schedule. I don't sleep a lot. And it does catch up to me once in a while, but you know, I joke about the daylight savings time here in the United States when people whine about oh my God, that hour threw my whole year off, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's just Thursday for me. You know, I mean, you know, I've gone from Europe one week where I was 6 to 7 hours ahead of Eastern time, came back to Tennessee to Eastern time, and then the next day got on a plane, went to Hawaii, that's 6 hours behind. There's a 12-hour difference there. And I was a little bit like, whoa, I don't even know when I'm supposed to sleep, when am I supposed to be awake, lots of coffee, you know, I mean, I've learned to adapt, but it does take its toll physically on me, especially as I get older, because I'm starting to get tired more and sore, and I get lots of massages now because I get headaches and migraines because of all the tension, and you know, people don't see the non-glamorous side of my glamorous life. So it's not all, you know, I love what I do. I do have an amazing life, but there is a downfall to it too. The people that don't see that side of it, and they don't see the overnight programming and the long 16-hour days that I have, and they don't see that part. They see the hour of fun that I have that day out there playing tourists, taking selfies. You know, hey, here I am. Okay, I gotta get back in there, go back to work. But you know, I choose to
videos
and the videos of my new GoPro that I have. You know.
Oh wow. Yeah. You know, that's when we talked about starting a show that we talked about. We wanted to know behind the scenes on people that you see such things that are like right in front of your face that you think, oh, I want a part of that. I want to be that. I want to do that. You know, I want to be Susan, but I couldn't handle the airplanes. I couldn't because I'm afraid of flying. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I've gotten over that now after my trip to India. But the thing is, you don't know what people go through.
Yeah.
You know.
Like when I tour, my days are like 16-hour days. Lighting is the first thing off the truck and the last thing back on. So, I mean, when you see a concert, like I went to one last night, those guys have been there all day since early morning. Guess what? When the show's over, it's time to tear it back down and do it all again. And it's just long, long days. So.
Well, see, I know you also do some acting. I know you do a little acting.
I fake it every day. I push buttons and hope something happens, and I keep getting hired to do lighting now. So.
Well, that's true. That's true. But I do know you've done some local stuff, and I know you've done some things on some other channels. And so I know you like a triple threat out there. You sing, you act, you make your own little twinkly lights. You know, you direct. You do all kinds of stuff. So.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more to be done yet. But you know, I always say I'm not looking to brag about all the things I've done in my life. I'm hoping to just set an example and be an inspiration that, you know, it can be done. Whatever you want to do with your life, you can do it if you just put your mind to it.
What is your power? What gives you that energy to go?
I don't know. Actually, I think
You
just
can
my
bottle it and sell it, whatever it is.
yeah. I just think it's just my zest for living. I just love life and I love living it. So.
Well, that is awesome. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome back to In My Shoes. We are so excited to have some amazing guests on the show today.
I know I'm excited about. I can't wait. Let's go ahead and get Caroline and Brenda. Come on out.
Yeah.
Hey, girls.
Welcome.
Did y'all have a good trip over?
Yes.
That is awesome. Look at those young ladies. Look how beautiful these young ladies are. Now, you tell me. 19 years old. What kind of stroke? Are you sure? Did you read the script correct?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, beautiful. I mean, Brenna is a aspiring model and actress, and Caroline is a student and an amazing musician herself, and just beautiful. I mean, what do you guys struggle with 19, because I can't remember back that far. As far as like, you know, boys hitting on you or you know, getting your phone taken away from you and being disconnected from social media for the day.
Getting grounded from driving a car that mom and daddy bought you.
Well, actually, I'm legally grounded from driving a car, not by my parents, but by the government because of my illnesses.
And not having social media can be really devastating on days that we're bedbound.
Bedbound. Hold it, wait a minute. You ladies look amazing. You're beautiful young ladies, 19 years old, look healthy to me. What do you mean? What's going on?
Well, thank you. But we have what are called invisible illnesses.
Yeah, they're invisible because I see nothing wrong.
Yeah,
I mean,
you look totally like normal. You would never know that there was anything wrong.
Even though we don't look sick, our illnesses are very debilitating on the inside. They don't show on the surface. They make the insides of our body sick.
so is this like cancer or?
No, our illnesses aren't terminal. But
I personally have post-viral dysautonomia, and so does, well,
I also have dysautonomia, but
Yes.
not postpartum.
That's a pretty big word. Can you explain to us
Yeah.
what this is?
Post-Maria.
Yeah.
Our autonomic nervous systems are voluntary nervous systems that take care of your heartbeat, your blood pressure, your breathing, your digestive tract, all
Wow.
of that you can't actually control with your mind, that your body's supposed to take care of itself. It just doesn't work the way that it should.
So how does that work? I mean, how do you get treated with medication for this, or will you outgrow this, or is this something you'll live with the rest of your life?
I'm on medication for it. I would like to think that I'll outgrow it, but the chances of that happening are probably
minuscule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how old was you all when you found this out? I mean, you're 19 now. Both of you are 19, which that's awesome. But how old was you? I mean, is this something your whole life? Is this just now? You're just now going through this?
What'd you take?
Well, I was 13 when I contracted a virus, and at first it was just that one, and I did have it chronically. And then about a year ago, I contracted parvovirus, and that is what gave me the post-viral dysautonomia. And I do still have the parvo chronically as well.
So explain to us parvo. We hear about parvo in animals. I mean, I didn't realize you can get that with humans too.
There is a human strain. It's known in children as Fitz's disease and slap cheek disease because it's more common in children. But when you get it, if you're an adult, it can cause paralytic arthritis and extreme fatigue.
Wow. How do you model like that? How do you go on these sets and stand in front of cameras for hours on time? How do you act? And
It takes preparation. There's about 2 days beforehand that you just stay in bed all day to prepare your body and make sure that you have the energy to expend on that. And then it's also important for me to bring electrolyte-enriched drinks to keep my blood pressure up, as it will tend to decline throughout the day. And I just prepare with high sugar snacks as well.
Oh
wow. And Carolyn, how old was you when you found out?
I was 17 when I was diagnosed with dysautonomia, but I've actually had health problems since I was about 12 years old. When I was almost 16, I had brain surgery for a condition called Chiari malformation. Basically, it means my brain is too big for my skull and it's trying to pop out of it.
Well, I try to tell
You're
people.
really smart
I
then.
try to tell people my brain's that big too, but
Well, I got a bigger
Push it
brain
back
than
my ear.
yours.
It sounds like a great problem to have, and everybody asks me, so does that mean that you're really smart? And I say, well, I might be really smart, but it's not because of that. That causes headaches, neck pain. I've actually not had headache and neck pain. There's never been a day that I've not been in pain since I was about 12 years old.
So you have headaches pretty much every day of your life, like all day long?
Yes.
oh, that would be.
I can imagine that.
Now, is that something that runs in the family, or is that just neutralized to one person?
In my family's case, it does run in the family. I have a younger sister and a younger cousin who both have it. My younger cousin, she didn't require surgery, and she's mostly asymptomatic. It doesn't really affect her much, which is wonderful and such a blessing. My younger sister, who is 13, she did have to have surgery for it when she was 9 years old.
Oh my
That
gosh.
was difficult for the entire family, and there's a pretty good chance that she will have to have surgery again.
So what does the surgery do? Is it removing parts of the outer of the brain, or what's the surgery
Removes
doing?
part of the skull, actually. It goes up inside of your skull and thins it so that hopefully, instead of your brain growing down this way and trying to crush your spinal cord, hopefully it'll grow more out this way. It just tries to make some more room in your skull. But ultimately,
Wow.
it doesn't fix the Chiari malformation. It just tries to
Alleviate
fix
the symptoms.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, do you take any specific headache, like over-the-counter medicine like we would take, or is there special things you have to do to help relieve the headache?
Ibuprofen. Yeah. Really, the pain you learn to live with, but my dysautonomia is really what's the most debilitating because that affects your nervous system, and it's a neurological problem that manifests itself in so many other parts of your body. I can't always think clearly. I can't always have conversations. Sometimes I fully do lose consciousness, and sometimes I'll pass out. Sometimes I can just be sitting down and just be like gone. It's similar to an absent seizure. So that's really the hardest part. It doesn't matter how much willpower you have, your brain's not working.
And some people with dysautonomia actually do have seizures.
Mhm.
So now, Brenna, do you take medications for the same things here? I mean, can you take over the counter, or are you having to be prescribed something?
I don't have any chronic pain, so I don't take any over-the-counter pain medicine or anything like that. I do take vitamin supplements just for my immune system and a vitamin D deficiency. As far as the dysautonomia, no. I just make sure I intake a lot of salt to kind of help my blood pressure. The one medicine I was on didn't really work all that well, and I might try to find another one though.
Oh, see, being 19 years old and having to face this, I mean, I know this is some major struggles. I do. But how about your family? How did they handle it?
It's hard on them. There are other people in my family who have chronic illnesses similar to mine, so I mean, I hate to say that I'm lucky that I have sick people in my family, but it makes them more understanding. And sometimes you feel like a burden to your family, which is really awful, but I know that I'm not actually because we all love each other and care about each other.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, how does this affect relationships, whether it's relationships with guys or relationships with friends? I mean, does this affect relationships as far as people understanding?
It's very straining. I actually lost all my friends, but my best friend I think was the biggest blow in high school because I was accused of faking.
Like they thought you were a hypochondriac, or
They thought I was lying about my illness so I didn't have to go to school and I could get away with having lots of absences. And then,
See, that's not
Wow.
right. I mean, I can understand more they would think you was faking because I mean, looking at you all, there's no way I would think y'all healthier than we are, But so, I mean, this is all totally interesting to me and everything. And we was told y'all are starting a foundation.
Yes.
What's that about?
yes, it's called Spoon by Spoon, and that is based off of the Spoon Theory by Christine.
Miserandino.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
And it's basically to raise awareness about invisible illnesses. We by no means, want to speak for other people who don't have the illnesses that we have, or even people who do, because each experience is unique.
Yes, definitely.
But our point, we want to raise awareness.
now, what is the spoon by spoon theory? What in a nutshell, what does that mean to us?
In a nutshell, spoon theory means that you only have a very limited supply of energy that's represented by spoons. So you have to be careful about how you spend that energy. And some days you have way fewer spoons than others. Those are bad days.
Like a spoon for putting on makeup, a spoon for
yeah,
taking a shower, a spoon for any activity kind of
definitely.
thing.
Any
Yes.
activity that you could do, you have to spend spoons on.
So it's like taking the old saying of day by day and making it even less because of the way you all don't have the energy, making it even less to not even day by day, spoon by spoon, being spoon fed or going spoon by
Where-
spoon.
Exactly.
So what are you
Where-
hoping to accomplish with the organization, with the spoon by spoon?
I think that what we would like to do is to raise awareness and open a dialogue between people who don't have debilitating chronic illnesses and people who do, because there's so much misunderstanding, such as Brenna was talking about with her friends who just didn't understand. So we really want to open a dialogue and help everyone understand, spread awareness, because it affects everyone on some level. If you yourself don't have an invisible illness, you probably have a loved one who does.
Wow, interesting. I like that because you're right. I think it's as important to reach out to people like yourself that may be going through this to help them, but at the same time reaching out to people like us that don't have that so we can understand it better, or your friends in school and your peers so they have a better awareness of what you guys are going through.
And I know another goal of mine personally that I would like to work up towards is, helping reform disability services at different, in different careers and schools.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah.
I mean, especially since, with you not knowing that you have a disability, then people, I'm sure, would look down, as you have been saying. But with not knowing that you had a disability, then I'm sure even that those services are hard to get because they would think you was faking, as you said before. Wow.
Yes, because you don't come in with a wheelchair or a cast or some outward sign that you're disabled. And I'm not saying that our struggles are any worse or any better than anyone else who does have an outward sign. It's just different. It's just a different breed of disability. So when you don't have that outward sign, sometimes it's hard for people to understand because we're very visual creatures, and that's just how people think. So we really want to help people start not judging a book by a cover. That's really a cliche, but it's the truth.
Right.
That is true. Well, by speaking with you two ladies, I can tell how intelligent you are. You're both very intelligent.
Very well spoken, very old souls. Do you all feel like you may have grown up kind of beyond your time a little too quick because of the illnesses?
Absolutely.
Yes, definitely.
Now, has it affected your future, these illnesses? You all look to me like you got it all together. It's all perfectly great and life is good even though I'm dealing with this and I'm handling this. But what about your future? Are there any changes because of it, or does it make you excel even more?
It would be awesome to say no, my future's still exactly what I've always wanted it to be. But that's just not the truth. Because chances are, like I said, it's not going to get better. Maybe I'll find a treatment that'll be awesome and really help me, but I will still have these illnesses. So it's really going to be really a priority to find a career that will allow me to balance my health and my talents and interests.
And at the moment, a month ago, I could have told you my whole, plan that I had to even work around my illness, but it's changed every day since then, and my answer is I don't know. I don't know what my future is going to look like. I'm just,
One day at a time.
Yeah.
One day at a
Spoon
time.
to spoon, spoon by spoon.
Yeah, spoon by spoon.
Wow. Ladies, we appreciate you coming on the show
Yes,
today.
thank you.
This was
Appreciate
awesome.
you having us.
Yes, thank you.
You all have a way that you can be contacted, Facebook,
Yes.
anything like that. So if anybody wants to see more information by Spoon,
You can find us on Facebook, and we do have a website now. It is spoonbyspoon.org.
We also have an Instagram page. The handle is SpoonXSpoon, so Spoon by Spoon.
That's
Great. Well, I'll definitely be looking you guys up on Facebook and friend them and help support this organization. I think it's a great thing you guys have going on. I really wish you guys the best of luck with this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you right after this. Thank you all for coming.
Well, welcome back to In My Shoes. Wow, what a great show today.
It was awesome. I loved our guests, Brenna and Caroline. They taught me so much about invisible
That was
illnesses.
fascinating. I learned a lot myself. I never knew that it existed. I learned something today myself.
I know from a fact from you, through your struggles, you've wrote a song that really tells it all. And you're going to perform that for us right now, aren't you?
I am.
All right.
I got to go change clothes and get all singered up, but I sure am.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Susan Rose.
Sometimes I sit and turn back the pages of my memories, at the pictures and remember the days when we used to be. I remember the times when we used to dance. I remember that one time there was a romance. If only I could find what was lost yesterday. I'd trade all my tomorrows for a single yesterday. I wanna go back into the past and relive those fun days. Oh, I'm longing for the good times. Why did they have to go away? I trade all my tomorrows for a single yesterday. Sometimes I wonder if we met again, could things be the same? I seem to forget that in this crazy world, love is just a game. But just like a game, some win and some lose. Some find true love and some are disused. If only I could play one more time, I'd play the right blues. I'd trade all my tomorrows for a single yesterday. I wanna go back into the past and relive those fun days. Oh, I'm longing for the good times. Why did they have to go away? I trade all my tomorrows for a single yesterday. Oh, I trade all my tomorrows for a single yesterday. You seem to stop time. You make me feel like I'm walking on cloud number 9. You make the raindrops. You make my heart stop. You make me